Even though Tammy Slaton of 1000 Olp Sisters is working hard to keep the weight off, the TLC star is still having to undergo a risky procedure to help. If she continues on the right track, Tammy Slaton of 1000 Olp Sisters is almost through with her weight loss journey, but they come with multiple risks and rewards. The Kentucky native recently had her gastric bypass surgery last summer, but is looking to go under the knife again. Now that she is shedding the weight, Tammy's looking into other options to help her look better than ever. Tammy began her reality TV fame when 1000 Olp Sisters Season 1 aired, and she weighed in at over 600 pounds. The small-town reality star was obese and knocking on death's door. At the time, Tammy's sister, Amy Slaton Halterman, had just qualified for her gastric bypass surgery, leaving Tammy feeling left out. This past summer, Tammy finally qualified for her life-saving surgery and seemingly has turned over a new leaf. The Sun recently reported that Tammy was gearing up to have another major surgery. A reward for this new procedure is Tammy will lose even more weight by having doctors remove her excess skin. The 11-hour surgery will cost the 1000 Olp Sisters star around $85,000 and will help ease the heavy burden placed on her body. Since Tammy was so heavy, her skin sags after her weight loss and needs to be removed in order for her to live a comfortable life. One major issue with undergoing another lengthy and expensive surgery is that no one knows if Tammy can keep the weight off. She has already been caught multiple times on her social media eating unhealthy snacks, such as freeze-dried candy. Now that she has been discharged from the Windsor Lane Rehabilitation Center in Ohio, she is left to her own devices, meaning she could fall off the wagon anytime. If Tammy does start gaining back the weight she has already lost, any lengthy and pricey surgical skin removal treatment will have been a waste of time and resources. In her recent TikTok videos, it has been hard to ignore the excess skin around Tammy's neck. For many patients like Tammy, the idea of a skin tightening procedure could be alluring, but sadly for Tammy, it wouldn't help in her instance. Since her skin has been stretched so much, she would need to look into more drastic measures. Those who have lost over 300 pounds, like the 1000 Olp Sisters star, would need a face or neck lift since a plastic surgeon could cut the excess skin directly from the center of the neck. The issue Tammy may encounter is her recently closed crotch hole. Even though Tammy no longer requires a tube to help her breathe, she still has her stoma, which is the medical term for the hole. The stoma can take a few weeks to heal and close, but barring any infections, it should close. However, Tammy could be put at risk for complications if she chose to have surgery in or around her neck. Tammy heading back to rehab if she opted to have any more surgery could be a mix of risk and reward. If Tammy went back for a short stay, it would also mean she would have nurses looking over her every move, encouraging her to stick to her healthy diet. There's also a built-in gym facility and trained doctors if there happens to be any form of complication. However, once again, giving up her independence could be a shell shock to the newly released Tammy. She has settled happily back into her Dixon duplex and even has been hanging out with her family members more. Tammy has integrated herself back into her community, and it would be hard for any adult to give that up all in the name of a thinner-looking neck. If the 1000 Olp Tammy star did decide to go under the knife, it could help her with her long-term goals. Tammy has only just begun to become more mobile and even drive in her car. However, if she decided to have her skin removal surgery, it could help her to start a family quicker. News recently broke that Tammy has split from Caleb Willingham, her husband of less than 6 months. After only 5 months of being the newlywed, Tammy is already looking to file for divorce. While it may be a reward for her to realize she's in the wrong relationship, it could also put Tammy at risk of depression, especially if she is on the mend from a procedure. A perk for choosing to go under the knife again to have skin removal surgery is that many patients have to go through a grueling course of therapy to make sure they are mentally prepared. A licensed professional would be by Tammy's side to talk through any issues she may be having. 1,000 Olb sisters have seen Tammy speak to a therapist before on the show, and even though it didn't always go well, there were many breakthroughs. Tammy's doctors had several concerns that they considered her to be at high risk for. A major worry was that after any surgery, specifically a stomach surgery, Tammy could develop dumping syndrome. The Mayo Clinic explains the syndrome as rapid gastric emptying, which is a condition in which food, especially food high in sugar, moves from your stomach into your small bowel too quickly after you eat. If Tammy chooses not to follow the rule post-surgery, she could be forced to be on long-term medication. So far, 1,000 Olb Sisters star has lost around 300 pounds. Tammy is currently sporting a thinner frame and face, which she often shows off when doing her viral videos. While another surgery could pose a potential threat to her well-being, this is a time that the rewards outweigh the risks involved.